Let's do this.
So, we've finally come full circle on this whole Call of Duty thing. People have finally realized, or the majority of people at least, have finally realized that Call of Duty releases are literal trash bins of game design. Completely uninspired 3-lane maps that encourage zero creative play. Gameplay styles that boil down to either running around like a trigger-happy headless chicken or inhabiting a small corner near a high-traffic zone. And ridiculous kill streaks that create a snowball effect for the first team that happens to perform well. Most people, they said enough is enough years ago, and simply gave up on the series. For me, that point was the first Black Ops. I thought that game played like boiled ass. I still hold that opinion. I didn't give the series another shot until 2015, when some buddies convinced me to get Black Ops 3 and play with them. Well, once you get over the initial glee of being a super deathbot that knows hologram clone jutsu, you realize that you're still playing a bad video game. There's not really any way coming back from that. Well, I guess enough people have reached that conclusion, because Activision has officially reached into the Disney vault to pull out their trump card, a Call of Duty game people actually enjoyed. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered is a not so subtle indication that Activision has officially lost faith in newer titles, and they need a tried and true classic to get the money flowing like it's still 2007. And how could I resist? I recognize this transparent cash-in attempt, I'm sure everyone does, but how can I resist? It's Call of Duty 4, one of the many games that blew my mind back in 2007. I was a freshman in high school, and everything coming out was great. Even the mainstream AAAs were still fun. You don't remember how good 2007 was? I do. BioShock, Lost Planet, Hotel Dusk, Tekken Dark Resurrection, God of War 2, Armored Core 4, Stalker, Forza Motorsport 2, Assassin's Creed, Crackdown, Halo 3, Uncharted, The Orange Box, Crysis, Virtua Fighter 5, Odin Spear, Tenchu Z, Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Metroid Prime 3, Blue Dragon, Eternal Sonata, The Witcher, Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction, Mass Effect, Super Mario Galaxy, Call of Duty 4, and who could forget Yaris? Jesus Christ, what a magical year. The only two arguably better years are 2004 and 1998. Most of these series are either dead, or even worse, bad, in their modern incarnations. So here comes Call of Duty 4, swaggering down to 2016, a comparatively terrible year, and it's easy to see why going back in time is such a simple escape. However, looking back in time through a modern lens often reveals the ugly truths that we don't want to accept. Does Call of Duty 4 actually hold up? Let's not romanticize here. Call of Duty 4 is far from perfect. Anybody who spent more than a few dozen hours in multiplayer is well aware of all the ridiculous shenanigans that developed within the Call of Duty 4 metagame. Really stupid shit, like head glitching, spawn tubing, wall checking, martyrdom, juggernaut stopping power, the one-hitter quitter in the M40A4, the other one-hitter quitter in the M16, and certain maps like Shipment that encourage all of this degeneracy to happen at one time. Objectively speaking, all of these things are pure cancer. But once you stop being a prude and embrace the idea of playing like a degenerate, it's still really fun. The worst aspects of this game come full circle and turn it into an absurdly delightful shitstorm. The classic maps are honestly a breath of fresh air, a reminder that Call of Duty used to be an example of great map design. Even the absolute worst map in the game, Bog, has a defining gimmick of open space that encourages new playstyles. Each map seems to have a focus on its own type of gameplay, a far cry from the mostly homogeneous setups of the modern Call of Duty. Vacant encourages tense hallway skirmishes and high-speed gameplay. Crash features a host of powerful building positions that force players to move carefully between alleyways as they infiltrate heavily guarded structures. And Overgrown is all about controlling long sight lines across the 2 large strips of land, while others take chances sneaking under the bridges of the dried out ravine. Those were the beta maps, by the way. Shoutouts Call of Duty 4 beta 2007, good times. Unfortunately, we don't have every launch map at the moment. They're being patched in for free later in December. I'm not happy about it, but at least they aren't charging money. It's so sad that that's something we can say in the year 2016. But let's move on. Nothing has been said about the DLC maps, which is a shame considering Broadcast and the Call of Duty 2 remake Chinatown are better than most of the maps in the game. At least every game type is present and accounted for, and even the newcomer game type, Kill Confirmed, has been retroactively added to Modern Warfare Remastered, which is a fantastic choice. I love that mode. Play Kill Confirmed sometime, you might find out something about yourself. There are a few odd UI changes here and there, like the font's really small, and I mean really small. There are no longer ping bars on the scoreboard. You can't check your ping or anybody else's ping. Don't know why you'd remove that. It's pretty much no reason to. Though in return, we get this nifty live menu with character and weapon model previews, and an interactive firing range. Who doesn't love an interactive firing range? You can go in there, practice your aim with your shotgun, or your rocket launcher, Unfortunately, they also changed how kicking players in Hardcore Search and Destroy works. I can no longer go into Hardcore Search and pull out my RPG and fire at the ground and kill everybody 4 rounds in a row just to hear their reaction. Truly a hobby of a different time. Aside from that, almost everything is identical and intact, which is exactly as it should be. If you were checking forums around launch, you could find plenty of people begging for balance patches and changes, and to them, I say, shame on you. This is the video game equivalent to an historic monument, and should not be tampered with. Is Call of Duty 4 an imperfect mess with countless questionable balance choices? Absolutely, it's a broken game, and that's what makes it so appealing. Call of Duty 4 existed in that brief moment where the entire gaming community was engaged in online multiplayer, but before forum crying for balance patches had so much sway in developer decision making. Call of Duty 4 is to shooters like what Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is to fighting games, and that players adjusted to and played around an incredibly broken meta and enjoyed it for what it was. That's such a rare thing in the year 2016. That attitude is quickly fading from just about every multiplayer community. Sure, games do need patching and reworks and new content, but sometimes, just sometimes, we should just be content with what we have, shut up, and play the damn game, cause it's still damn good fun. Whiners will whine, complainers will complain. And that's never gonna stop. Even I'm doing it. I'm complaining right now. I'm complaining about complainers. Call me a hypocrite if it helps you sleep. I'll manage. Now I'm rambling a bit. I guess we should get to the point. Modern Warfare Remastered is an obvious cash grab for disenfranchised gamers in their 20s who, like me, can't put up with modern Call of Duty, but still yearn for that magical sense of playing it back in 2007 when most high-profile games were still pretty good and our prospects in life were a little less bleak. However, like looking back to your old life, one realizes that the Call of Duty of back then is still really stupid. We just put it on a pedestal because we don't know better. Call of Duty 4 manages to hold up though. For all of its faults, terrible design decisions, and cancerous influence on the genre, it's still a damn fun game, with enough novelty to make it worth revisiting for any hardcore fan. And I say hardcore fan, because if you're not a hardcore fan, this game's gonna piss you off, just stay away. The map design is still great. The weapons all feel unique and handle like a dream, even if some are inarguably better than others. The simpler create a class system still lends itself to fun experimentation. Sure, Juggernaut, Martyrdom, NoobTube, M16 will still be everywhere, reminding you just how broken the game is. But if you simply join them in their debauchery, instead of shaming them for using scrub tactics, you'll have a lot more fun than you expect. Call of Duty 4 is a broken mess, but it's our broken mess, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If you weren't around for the first rodeo, you'll probably never understand. But if you were there, and you do miss that rodeo dearly, guess what? It's back.